Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fintech Frenzy. Today, we have a bunch of different stories going on. A fight between two companies going back and forth, head to head. Which one is going to come out on top? We're going to talk about that. Nubank has some very exciting news, a massive drop in news. SoFi, definitely big in the picture today. Multiple stories on SoFi that I want to talk to you guys about. But that being said, let's get started. How's everybody doing today? Mike Hill, how you doing, buddy? I don't think Nubank is getting into that industry. No. George Walker, Tanner predicts SoFi's EPS at 2 cents for Q1. I actually think it was closer to 1 cent is what I predicted. For Q1, I think that this is low like his last prediction. My last prediction was definitely low, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. If it's anything higher than that, SoFi is definitely going to have to reconsider how low that they consider their guidance is, right? If they're doubling, tripling that, like their own predictions, it's not a good look. At some point, there's sort of, you're doing yourself a disservice by sandbagging. Jared, hi chat. How's chat doing? Did you guys end up seeing my SoFi Q1 predictions video? We're going to be going through that on another day because I actually added to it. There were a couple things that I wanted to clarify, and I expanded it a bit after I saw some comments. So I want to go through that one more time, but that'll probably be on a slower news day. Today is not one of those days. SoFi falls. Yeah, I mean, there'll be corrections in the market. Some people get a little bit pissed off about price action. Like I'm seeing that a lot with Nubank right now. Some people look at that as a blessing, right? Would you want to buy at 10 or would you want to buy at 12? Others will say, hey, oh my God, you're pumping a stock that's moved down in the last little bit. As if each time that they do earnings or release anything that it's not amazingly good news. Everything that I've seen from Nubank is doing great. The predictions that people make on their own time, that's completely up. Like people make bets. That's fine. Doesn't mean anything. Hold your shares after earnings. I'm going to short for the first time to catalyst the squeeze for y'all. Ross taking a hit for our enjoyment. Tanner sandbagging more than Noto. No, I just think like I'm not an overly optimistic person to the point where I'm just throwing out numbers. So I try to derive my numbers from some sort of level of things that I'm seeing and what I've seen from previous quarters. Historically, I don't know if there's anyone, at least not in the SoFi Weekly audience or some of the other SoFi analysts, that has been closer to member predictions consistently as I have. Now, that doesn't mean that my prediction is going to be right this time, but I also think betting has also been not extremely optimistic every single time. And the times that SoFi has done super well on members or revenue, or at the time, the bottom line that we were predicting was EBITDA. But I think that SoFi hasn't blown away expectations every single time. It's actually led to being closer to those predictions than further away. How do you think? I love these types of questions. How do you think Peter Lynch would view SoFi? I know he would put it on the fast grower category, but do you think that he would like it? I mean, there's definite things. So I'm just thinking about this question now. So it's not maybe as thought out as if I were to think about it, throughout the night. But he definitely liked companies that were not loved by institutional buyers or did not have a lot of institutional coverage. That is definitely seemingly the case from SoFi. It's my opinion that they misunderstand this business. They've been doing that quarter after quarter after quarter, misunderstanding the business. And I don't think that's going to change until there's potentially 4 quarters of profitability, and then the company gets more attention, and then potentially you'll see more competitive analyst ratings. But for now, it's seemingly that they are pegging this company just based on comps of other companies that don't have necessarily as good of branding or something like this. And I think that Wall Street has a very hard time understanding brand, and Peter Lynch very much understood brand. So I think that he might like it. There are a couple growth people that I very much like. Now, I don't think that Peter Lynch falls into this category per se, but there are a couple of these very innovative types of growth investors that actually stay away from SoFi, would like to pick more the lines of like true moats, right? Looking more towards the new banks rather than the SoFis, and don't like the growth at the right cost, which I think sort of falls where SoFi is, where they're not the ultimate grower on the stock market, but versus their valuation, that's where I really think they shine, and I think that's where Peter Lynch hangs out and absolutely loves. So I do think that it would fall under his category. It's just a matter of it's an industry that he would enjoy. Not sure. Okay, let's jump into some news. We've taken enough time. So, first off, small little rumor that's going around. This rumor has been talked about for some time. I have voiced my opinion on it about how freaking important this needs to happen. Okay? This was just posted on r/SoFi on Reddit, where this person had a screenshot saying the ability to send and receive money with Zelle straight from your SoFi account. Now, from what I'm hearing from people, this actually has not appeared within the application just yet. And in fact, this own user had pulled this screenshot from their account. Okay. This is no longer on Reddit. So people were thinking, oh, is this an image that was passed around internally that is no longer, that is no longer being used? Is this a beta version of the app? When is this going to happen? Or was this just completely faked? I don't think that it was faked. It looks, who puts this much effort into a small community of people for such a small thing? But it would be very awesome if in the short term, which by the way, is backed up by customer service representatives that have said to people over the phone and stuff that are asking about Zelle, that we could potentially be seeing it in 2024. Let's hope that's the case, gentlemen and ladies. Can't forget the 6% of the audience that are the females. Wasn't this a premature leak? Yeah, that could be the case. We're just not 100% sure. I even think the idea of people suggesting that it's a premature leak is also simply speculation. So, yeah. ETF says, Tanner, can I ask you a question? Go ahead, man. Go right ahead. Doesn't Zelle promote spam since you need to share phone numbers? I don't have an opinion on that. My opinion is that it's the largest payment network in America, and it's very important that SoFi is a part of that ecosystem, and it will allow for people to come over to the platform easier, in my opinion. We're not trying to be the company with the best payment ecosystem. We're trying to be the best company, we're trying to be the company with the best banking products. So solving that issue, being a part of it, if that is potentially a part of something. I even saw on Twitter whenever that was released, people said, oh, thank God I can leave Bank of America now because I am not letting go of Zelle. So, yeah. Can I ask a question? And I didn't see that you did ask a question. Said I already did. I actually don't see it. Okay. Let's move on to some more news. So this one I also thought was interesting. We just posted uh, a article. We just posted about Galileo. Um, getting into new different companies and stuff like Rapid Finance. What's the level in which they're going to be expanding? How fast could we see that growth? Well, I would say that one of their largest competitors in modern card program solutions is Marqeta. Okay. They're very great, very, very competitive. They have the likes of like Uber, Lyft, Cash App's card, Coinbase card, a lot of the big names. They even do one of JP Morgan's virtual card programs. Um, but another one on that list, surprisingly, is Klarna. Now, Klarna has had a card that's been around for some time, but this is going to be the first time that they're taking this new Klarna card and announcing it to the United States. So, for the viewers, you're going to have another installments based card competing with the likes of the Affirms. Okay, they're even going to go after the likes of more modern solutions that people would like to have. So, Apple and PayPal and these sort of things. Klarna is now entering, and this is going to be powered by Marqeta. So, for the people who are looking to invest in a Galileo style company exclusively, right? You talk about, oh, Galileo is going to be the thing that changes everything. That's the AWS of fintech. I don't actually care too much about the bank. Well, you might be interested in a company called Marqeta. It's ticker symbol MQ. Now, I don't personally have a position in Marqeta. They're not profitable. They seem to be not caring about the profits right now, full growth mode right now. But at the price of some margin and at the price of some, delay on actual earnings, not really where I want to be invested right now. But with more and more expansions like this, you can definitely see that total payment volume growing very quickly. So I'm not going to go through this too much, but Klarna obviously has an amazing offering. And hopefully soon, actually, they'll be IPOing as well. Or sorry, never mind. I was thinking about which one was it, Weeble or whatever. Klarna, you can actually make purchases on right now. It's just not on the U.S. stock market. Anyway, um, so let's go in before we get back into some SoFi news. Let's talk about a competition that's going on right now. I told you guys recently that the latest fintech that I had purchased was Shift 4. Shift 4 is a very interesting company. You guys can check out that video if you want later on. It was like a fintech frenzy that happened a couple days ago. I think I called it like, my latest new fintech investment. It's a very exciting company. Okay. They do payment or, payment terminals or point of sale terminals and allow for different hotels and resorts and restaurants specifically to have all sorts of different payment terminals and stuff to manage their inventory, to manage their different ticketing services, all sorts of stuff. They deal in most of the stadiums in America. It's unbelievable. But very specifically, let's talk about what they're doing in the restaurant game. Because there's another stock, and if the fans of Kathy Wood will know this name quite well, Toast stock. Okay, ticker symbol TOST. This is a restaurant payment terminal, all the same, very expensive company, has the best brand in the business, but you pay for that service. Okay. They recently came out with the top of the line product line or product that they could have launched. Toast expands commitment to enterprise brands with the launch of Restaurant Management Suite. Now, this is bringing data that is from hundreds of thousands of different restaurant locations and help with companies that have multi-brand locations. They're launching menu editing services. They're launching multi-location services, all sorts of stuff to give people or these restaurants the best data, the best tools possible for companies that really sort of need that advanced analytics for large companies. All right. A lot of this stuff, however, is actually coming soon. So this will be, for the most part, coming soon. Now, that is on the restaurant side, Shift4's largest competitor. In fact, they're much larger. Shift4, though, So I don't know if you guys saw the date of when that was published. That was April 11th. Okay. On April 16th, this is so funny. Shift4 launches SkyTab business intelligence platform to deliver enterprise reporting and management capabilities for restaurants. You gotta be freaking kidding me. So read this. Most of this article is pretty exciting, so we're gonna go through, most of it. But sorry, I'm just shifting around my tabs. Okay, sorry. So SkyTab Business Intelligence, or BI, is a powerful reporting and analytics platform to meet the needs of restaurants of all sizes. Okay. SkyTab BI is among a wide range of new features that they've added to the SkyTab point of sale, point of sale terminals that deliver advanced reporting capabilities and enterprise management tools, augmenting the software's already robust functionality. Now, let's read through some of this. Where is it? Additionally, SkyTab has added a number of other features, such as features catering to enterprise restaurants, such as detailed transaction management, revenue center reporting, and multi-location menu management. Okay, all of these features are available at no additional cost for businesses using SkyTab. No additional cost. I've never seen a POS company create this level of reporting and analysis. Historically, we have always had a third-party vendor get us this type of information, says the chief financial officer of Live Hospitality and Entertainment, one of their large customers that do the live venues. Anyway, they are in all parts of this, serving over 55 million visitors annually, saying this level of, oh my gosh, there's no one else that does this, right? So very exciting. I want to continue and just read this last paragraph here. SkyTab Business Intelligence and our new multi-location menu management tools enable SkyTab to compete for even the largest enterprise restaurants, says Shift4 CEO Jared Isaacman. We are consistently adding capabilities to the SkyTab platform without adding costs. That's the important part, okay? We don't believe every feature needs to be a module that requires an additional expense, like Toast, okay? Delivering a best-in-class POS solution at the lowest total cost of ownership will always be our priority. To highlight this, I wanted to just go back. I know not everyone ended up seeing this, but Shift4 just highlighted how SkyTab compares to Toast directly. So they literally compared the cost to their quote unquote primary competitor, literally in orange, which is the primary color for Toast as well. And this is just happens to be all of their pricing. But you can just see the difference in the upfront costs for their hardware as well as their monthly servicing fees. It's just nowhere close. So the difference between a 5-year cost would be $18,500 versus the $65,000. And this is only adding on to the Toast enterprise capabilities that also come at a cost versus Shift4 adding those features for free nearly 5 days later after Toast announced theirs, which a lot of it is upcoming, where, SkyTab is saying, hey, have access to this now. In fact, some of our clients already have access to this. All right. Freaking amazing. So that is another reason why I'm investing in that company. Very fast and at a great rate. Okay. Another exciting thing that we saw from SoFi, back to SoFi here for a second. SoFi has talked about being a top 10 financial institution in America. According to Forbes, that took, I think it was 46,000 different surveys. Actually, it was Statistica that took the information, but I think it was 46,000 different people on customer satisfaction to say which ones have the best banks in America. And we got a ranking. How many think a lot of the large incumbent banks land on the top 5 list in America? I'd say not too many. In fact, number 5, you could see SoFi has landed in number 5 in the 2024 world's best banking ratings. Now, not world, they're not top five world's best. They are top five in the United States category of the world's best banks. um, it's important to note that part. What do you guys think about that? You think we should be higher? Gate City Bank, Heartland Bank and Trust Company. Time to go. USAA, Capital One. All right. All right. You're serving some pretty unique demographics. USAA serving like some of the highest demographic clients. Capital One servicing more of the lower end. They've branched out from it. Obviously, they're pretty big, but that's how they got their name. How can Cap One be top 50? I've heard a lot of really great things about Capital One. You've never heard of the what is it? USA. It's actually where Anthony Noto used to work, if I remember correctly, or it was it. Um, no, that's here. Anthony Noto has a thing with them. I'll go find that right now. Fee mongering. Yeah, military and high earners. Yeah, that was my understanding that they are very, very high FICO score, high income, really the high end demographic, almost like an Amex style. Um, no, sorry, who was it? Was it Chris Lapointe? Maybe I know that there's some sort of overlap here between SoFi and USAA. I just don't remember. Another cool thing. So another piece of information that's in the news that I thought was extremely interesting. Let's talk about member growth for Nubank. So Cuenta Nu is the checking and savings account product for SoFi. And now they're rolling that out into Colombia, but they've also did a sort of wait list that over 400,000 people have already signed up, and now they're starting their first phase of delivery. All right, and how are they doing that? Well, let me see if I can find it. The first phase of product delivery is already active and available to new bankers, new employees, and first Quenta new customers are starting to use this product nationwide. In the coming weeks, it'll be available to employees, friends, and family, as well as customers who will help test the functionalities and identify possible improvement opportunities. So they're rolling it out into beta in the next couple of weeks. They're also launching a debit card that will help with, the spend even past just what we're seeing on credit card. But a pretty exciting effective annual yield of 13% that they're going to be offering to Colombians. That's going to be extremely, extremely competitive. So even past the original 400,000 that sign up, the organic interest has exceeded the company's expectations and is now covering 100% of the country's departments. Very exciting. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how that plays out. Colombia is not even really on my, watch list for the most part. I'm looking at Brazil first and foremost, and then Mexico just to sort of track their growth. Colombia is so small, in fact, that it's just, it's exciting to have, but nothing quite yet. Right? I look at it almost like SoFi at work. Like, yeah, it's cool, but we don't really hear a lot from it, and that's fine. I actually had a conversation. I was at this party recently for UFC 300, and there was a girl there that literally just came from Brazil, Portuguese speaking, or like native to Brazil, and I was talking about Nubank, Mercado Libre, and all of these ones, and she was like, "Yeah, it's everywhere. Those companies are everywhere." So, um, you know, some people think that they're fudging the numbers or something. It's like just do a Google search, like you'll just see how truly popular they are. I think New is cleaning up an essay. It's fintech apocalypto. So everyone is losing their freaking minds. Okay, so I'm not happy about this at all. Okay, so I'm not, but people don't understand capital gains. Um, a 66% tax rate, that's not what's happening. So essentially, capital gains, at least here in Canada, and I'm not a tax expert, but my understanding is that capital gains is 50% of your tax bracket of income. So essentially, at the highest tax bracket of 53%, which would be in Ontario, in Canada, you're looking at what? Yeah, 53%. That means that the old capital gains tax was about 26%. This would raise it to about 35%, 36%. Um, that's high. That's high for capital gains, but 66% makes this number seem like it's unbelievable when really it's a hike from 26% to, or sorry, 34%, 35%. It's high, not outrageously. And it's also only for, you know, high end users, or sorry, high end income earners over 250,000. And it's the amount over that in capital gains that actually gets taxed there. I'm not happy about it. I think that it negatively affects the entrepreneurs here, the people who are trying to make things happen. Um, but I also think that it won't be for a very long time. I think that there will be a political shift, and maybe that's just due to the area that I'm in. But I don't think a lot of people are happy with the current um, people who run the country here in Canada, and that you know the second that the seat changes place, that'll be changed. I'm not happy about it, but yeah, I kind of have more faith in new than SoFi, but have 1,000 of both now. My positions are finished for long now. Well, yeah, I mean, the reason why you potentially feel like that, and I'm not going to speak for you, but it's easy to feel like that because SoFi has real competition. They have to be on their toes. Nubank doesn't really have competition. Nubank's not scared of anyone. They're kind of sitting already in the JP Morgan chair in LATAM. Now, there are many financial institutions, I think like four now, that still are larger than Nubank. But there were hundreds before Nubank started, and that was only 10 years ago. They're not growing anywhere near. Um, Part of the course, actually, there's this amazing spreadsheet that I go through that talks about the market share changes in every single bank in LATAM over the course of the last, I think it goes back to 2018. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Every month, every single month, Nubank takes a large percentage of market share in credit cards. Dude, you're doing all the research, taking all the risks, and when you hit the jackpot, aka Nvidia, uh, here comes the government, your lazy partner, and takes your gains. How nice! Feels like a mafia playbook. I mean, that's taxes. Um, so yeah, it doesn't feel good. But by the way, a large percentage of the big plays that I have been able to make in my account, like the old ones back in 2018, not my new ones. The new money I'm putting in is just in open accounts, but a lot of the old money, like the positions I've made in 2018 and before, we're in tax-free savings accounts. So my tax-free savings account is juiced. um, so yeah, I don't, honestly don't worry too much about it. Even my house, it's a primary residence, so I'm not going to be uh, seeing any capital gains tax on that. I'm exempt. So for right now, I'm doing all right. Juiced, yeah, juiced. It's juiced. Juiced is the word. Yeah, juiced. No, it's so. I'm still so small, but I feel great, guys. I want you to know that. I know that you guys all care about my personal health. No, I get it, but I feel great mentally. Awesome. Tax-free savings now. Later, when the government wants it, they'll tax it. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I've been surprised, truthfully, how much they've allowed into the tax-free savings account. So this is an account that just simply there's no real restrictions on this investing account. They give you an allotted amount that you can put into the account each and every year, but any amount of growth that happens within the account doesn't ever get taken away unless you lose money in those accounts. So I was pretty early on, like the second investment I've ever made, which was in Canopy Growth Corporation, ended up just skyrocketing for me. Um, so I had a like I was only 18 at the time, so the amount of starter money that I ended up starting with was low for a 10x. I could have definitely done better if I was a freaking 40, but I'll be there one day. And when I'm there, I'm gonna have a lot more money than if I didn't 10x whenever I was 18. So um, yeah, I don't know. Tax-free savings accounts have been an absolute necessity for the amount of money that I've been able to make while investing. Sounds like a Roth, yeah. So that's what I've heard. Yeah, and then well, I don't know if this is the truth for you guys, but you guys can also withdraw, or sorry, the way a tax-free savings account can work. I can withdraw it. It's tax-free. Everything like this. The government knows how much flows in and how much flows out. Um, but I can't. I can refill the amount, but up to the amount that I've withdrew. So you're kind of anytime you're making gains, you're setting your new limit at higher and higher amounts. You look at these sweat stains. Like I'm just talking to you guys is an exercise because I drink Celsius. No, it's because I have hyperhydrosis. I was really ashamed of it whenever I was a kid. Now I do not care. I don't care. I'll wear a tight shirt and heather gray. I don't care. Whatever. If that's the shit that excuse me, if that's the stuff that I have to worry about, I'm doing all right. Not financial advice. That's why I never wear gray. Hey, I agree. I'm not going to a club though. I'm just with you guys. And there's no judgers on the internet, right? So yeah, you guys should see me in hot yoga. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I'm a bath. You're in a sauna trying to frickin' like it's so much harder than people think. It's not like anyway, I don't want to get into it. This is a finance channel, but I'm having a good day or I'm having a good time. 2024 has been sweet. Continue to try to challenge yourself and learn new things. That's my goal in life. Some people call me um, you know, really basic or that I don't do a lot of fun stuff, but truthfully, I like what I do. And it's allowed me to um, hang out here and do stuff what I do. And, talk to a lot of names that I see all the time. Adidas shirt all day. I dream about SoFi. Those two sentences don't look like they go together. Can't breathe in hot yoga. It's hard. How hot? I'm not actually sure. Um, I'd probably say somewhere around so If I were to guess, it's not too hot. I'd probably say like 100 or to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, probably around 100 if I were to guess. If I sit in a sauna, like a really, really hot water over cold sauna, you can get that stuff to about 170, but you're not doing anything, right? Whenever you actually are doing stuff, it's got to be much lower, but it still is hot. Like everyone's drenched all day. I dream about SoFi. All right, that's clever. That's clever. I should have caught it. I'm slow. It's really this hot yoga's really helped me. Place was stinky though. I don't mind it. Man, exercise, BJJ, lady, good food, and invest. I don't know about good food. I try to get good food in me, but um, I try to exercise. I'm not currently doing BJJ, so instead I'm doing hot yoga right now. Got the lady, invest all the time, maybe shoot and travel. I'll be traveling at the end of the month. And honestly, I don't even really like traveling all that much. Freddie, let's go. Not a whole lot of men in there. It's definitely a female dominated sport, but we try our hardest. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Really do appreciate your time. I'm going to get going. Uh, until next time. Oh, if you guys want to see my updates whenever this news actually does come out a little bit earlier, you can see it in text version right there on X. Make sure you check it out at Future Investing. There's no I there. Well, there is an I at the end, but Future Investing. The person that took that, shame on you. Bye for now.